soul, but as a man so consumed by entitlement and rage that even his own mother's honesty was enough to trigger a violent breakdown. For the jurors, the decision crystallized right then and there. They didn't need closing arguments. They didn't need long deliberations. The monster Elizabeth Walker described had just revealed himself, live, before their eyes. Later, one juror would say, "It wasn't her words alone that convicted him. It was his reaction. That explosion, it showed us everything we needed to know." The defense scrambled, Michael Clark trying desperately to restore some semblance of order, but it was too late. Ethan's outburst had obliterated any shred of sympathy that might have lingered. The prosecution, meanwhile, simply let the silence hang. Olivia Rodriguez didn't need to push further. She knew the jury had already seen the truth. As Ethan was dragged from the courtroom, his screams still echoing, Elizabeth sat motionless on the witness stand. Tears rolled down her cheeks, but her face was set in grim acceptance. She had, in a way, delivered her son's final undoing. Yet there was no relief in her expression, only the hollow devastation of a mother who realized too late the price of her years of protection. The courtroom itself seemed to exhale, as though the air had been sucked out and finally released. Spectators whispered in disbelief. The Campbell family sat in stunned silence, recognizing that they had just witnessed the pivotal moment that would seal Ethan's fate. The trial would continue, of course. There would be closing arguments, jury deliberations, and ultimately a sentencing. But in truth, the outcome had been decided in that instant. The game Ethan thought he was playing had ended, not with a clever defense or a technicality, but with the betrayal of the one person he thought he owned, his mother. The day of the verdict arrived with a palpable tension that gripped every corner of the courtroom. Weeks of testimony, hours of cross-examinations, and the shocking revelations of a mother's confession had led to this singular moment. The moment when the law would officially confront the monster that had been hiding behind a smirk and a carefully constructed defense. Ethan Walker sat at the defense table, restrained and subdued after his explosive outburst the previous day. His eyes, once full of arrogance and smug certainty, were now slightly wide, the glimmer of self-assurance dimmed by the knowledge of what his mother had revealed. But despite the threat of reality pressing down on him, there remained an edge of defiance in his posture, a lingering disbelief that the world could finally hold him accountable. Olivia Rodriguez rose first, her presence commanding the courtroom's attention. She did not waste words. She did not embellish. Instead, she spoke with a deliberate precision that made every syllable resonate.